Hey, my love, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking in. If this is your first time here, you are welcome. Please do not forget to click on the subscribe button, okay? Thank you so much for all your support and love, okay? I do not take that for granted. Today's video, I'm sharing a video I stumbled on. This is not just a video. This is a video that you need to watch. A video that every African or Black Americans need to watch. It's such an emotional video, but sometimes you cannot or we cannot run away from history, no matter how hurtful or painful it is, or no matter what it reminded us about, or what it reminds us about. So today's video, I'm going to take you to one of the most toured place in Ghana, where all Black Americans, whenever they visit Ghana, this is where they do not miss to visit. Watching this video, I got so emotional. Like a lot of things happen, like the British actually dealt with Africans. When I say they dealt with Africans, I'm not even exaggerating. So many things that happened that when you watch them, you are like, are you seriously doing this to fellow human being? Well, this video is also self-explanatory, so I'm just going to leave you to watch the video. Share this video so that someone who never knew something like this existed will also watch it. Because this video is a must for all Africans. If at least you cannot afford to visit Ghana at this point, you can at least watch the videos of histories that you must know. I'm going to leave you to watch the rest of the video now, and I will come back later for more reactions. Hold your handkerchiefs because there is a possibility of some tears dropping. Ghana is rich in culture, and I give it to them. See you soon.
Every black person living should go to Ghana and see them slave castles so you can see what they did to us. You got to see what they did to us. You got to see how they built these dungeons underground and they put these churches on top and they dug holes in the ground to pump the music of what they call their Christianity into the holes while, man, they did, let me explain something to y'all. They walk them as far as they can first to make them lose weight. They put them in a room, then they cut a door, and after you've been in this room in 2 weeks, they walk you through this door. If you lose the right amount of weight, you fit through the door. If you don't fit through the door, you got to stay in this room right here. Then you in this room for another week, they make you lose some more weight. Then you fit through another door. If you can't fit through the door, you ain't lost enough weight. You got to go through 4 doors like that before you go through the door of no return.
As far as I'm concerned, since we met you people 500 years ago, look at us. We've given everything. You are still taking. It's true. I mean, where will the whole Western world be without Africa? Our cocoa, our timber, our gold, our diamonds, our platinum, our whatever, everything you are is us.
Let's take a tour to the dungeons. Slavery in Africa.
All the way to the last member we are yet to see. British designed it for 1,000 slaves, 1,000 men. They divided the dungeons into 5. So this is one. 200 Africans were kept 200 people. There wasn't light. That is why I off the lights briefly. so that you can have a feel of the situation. This is also seen where they are holding ventilation outlets for 200 Africans. And they stayed 2 weeks or 3 months. So some became blind in the dungeons. If you look at the floor, you can see bricks. Take a look, they brought all these bricks from England. They brought them to balance their empty ships to Africa. When they released black as balance away. They gave the Africans anything like toilet facility. It was nothing like Europe. So they were forced to go to toilet here. They urinate in addition. They were in it for 3 months. These trenches we see here were built as they are urine, so that when you urinate, it will pass through into the sea. I reached a time that some Africans started fighting British. They wanted freedom. Some of those were the ones that they killed in the southern village first. And because they were many, they could not kill all of them at a time because they were loose. So the rest were identified and brought on this side to where we are gathered now. They created a door here. So he called this place a strong room. So British were not coming to claim the solid waste. So they started piling. It started from one level to the other. The reached time that the British scene was covered with solid waste. Waste came out like this. So I'm going to show you something. This line, these people coming. Those are the last statement. This fellow coming. Listen. And so start with the four. From that side, move this way. This. And you go this way, my friend, anybody can do last thank you. Yes. Nobody should be here. But look on this wall, the wall there, but look down. You can see some white lines. You can see 3. And you see those ones? Because they were not cleaning them, we have the lines all over there. You can see 3. Because they were not cleaning this direction, the waste came up to this height. It reached the bottom of the lines. From the bricks, reached this height. Reached the height like this. The bridge was not shown, but 1974, University of Ghana Archaeological Department came to do excavation here because they found the bricks. That was when in Nigeria, 74. So many died. They also died and thrown into the sea. They were not buried. They eat in the dungeons once in a day, sometimes twice, just to keep them alive. But they left a portion of the solid waste after the excavation. Now one is still here, so I'm going to show you. So those are around this area. Move to the side. Thank you. Okay. The sound of the floor is like a square. When you want to sit like a bricks, can you see this one? This is solidified waste. If you were to crack this dimension before 1974, this is what you see. All the way, another bricks. This was tested and it proved that it had toilets, urine, sweat, saliva. So this is solidified waste. That's because it's been a long time. Now it has changed. Like I probably have to say. And it's not a service waste. So take note. If you move out of this room or dungeon and to the other side, you will see the bricks again. This is something like this. Because that side has not seen any excavation. Let's move on. Wow. So that is the first one for 200 slaves. Second, safe. This is for 200. If you see holes like this in the dungeon, it means ventilation outlet. This one serves as a spy hole. But on the top of this dungeon, on top of us, British can build a church, the Anglican church. They preach their Bible at the top. a black people suffering from minds. We didn't see anything on that. Just that. Sounds like they are trying to become moved inside cancer. Please don't be at I don't think my sister coming on.
I often forget about this part of the slave trade, the part that started in Africa. Getting captured from your village, being barefoot, naked, and chained, walking for hundreds of miles with almost no food, the last bath, the horrors of the slave dungeon, the ships. When I imagine their suffering, it hurts me to my core. For a span of 400 years, our ancestors endured hell. We honor those who died and give thanks to those who survived so we might live.
All right, so this we have here is a cannonball. That's what they used to punish females who resisted rape. Now it's about 25 kg. They put in chains, tie it to your ankle to restrict your movement. No food, no water. You stand here whether rain or shine, just to serve as a deterrent for those inside. That's what they used to punish females who resisted rape. At some point, you were meant to carry the ball the whole day, but then because of its weight, they had to stop, put in chains, tie it to your ankle. So after, you can just try your hands on it.
Okay. Oh, that's heavy.
Easy, 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 easy. Yes, Antoine.
If your ancestors were slaves from the Caribbean or perhaps Brazil, there's an 80% chance that they were sold from this castle in Elmina, Ghana. In this video, I'm going to be showing you a bit of the living conditions of the slaves that were brought here until they were sold. So one of the first parts that you're probably going to be shown when you visit this castle is the male slave dungeon, which is pretty similar to the female slave dungeon as well. Keep in mind, when this castle was first built by the Portuguese, these dungeons were created to store gold. However, when the Dutch won it over, they converted them into slave cells because, slave trade was a major trade at the time. Now we're taking this little door to another part of the dungeon. I later learned the significance of those tiny doors from Jamestown Fort, but that's story for another video. What you're looking at now are cells that were built for the Dutch soldiers, charged for crimes against their country, not necessarily slaves. Now, the tall guys at Elmina Castle don't play, because tell me why they locked us inside these cells so that we'll get the full-on experience. In case you're wondering why one cell has a skull on the head, it's called the condemned cell. Now, in this particular cell, the officers that were put here were actually charged to die, and these are actual human scratchings on the wall. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to follow me if you aren't, because in the part 2 of this video, I'm going to be showing how the officers that were living in this castle lived in comparison to the slaves.
Every black person living should go to Ghana and see them slave castles so you can see what they did to us. You got to see what they did to us. You got to see how they built these dungeons underground, and they put these churches on top, and they dug holes in the ground to pump the music, or what they call
stronger than the natives of America, best option is that you should go to Africa. Get them to come and help you solve your labor problem. So they came here. Don Diego de Azambuja was part of the group. They came and they sold the message. Everybody got the message. So then the first set of people, our ancestors that they moved out of this land, were the war victims. They had been the target. So they went to the chiefs through manipulation and deceit. They got them to believe that having this group of people closer to your people, these war victims were sometimes warriors. Keeping them closer now means they will get exposed to your strengths, your weaknesses. When they get to know more about you, they'll strike and there is nothing you can do. Let us help you out. We came with the weapons, guns, and gunpowders. We'll provide you with some, protect your land. In return, you will have to pay us back with the war victims. The ancestors bought into this whole idea. Gave them the victims of wars and took the guns and gunpowders in return. That's why they said we sold each other. I believe we did. With this, you took the victims there for guns and gunpowders in return. So why then would we argue that we never sold? Greedy individuals engage themselves in the trade. We become the children, and so we are the people or the children of the sun. Look at me, look at you. God has blessed us with this skin. The melanin allow us to absorb some percentage of the energy from the sun. And sometimes we go to the beach and without sunscreen and we are good. And that's how it was. Because of the melanin, we are good under the sun. The people named the land based on what they saw. 1471, the Portuguese led by Prince Henry the Navigator got here. And they saw gold, started picking it. The western coast of Africa picked the gold and they decided to name the land. They named it after the gold. That was where this nation got its first name from, Gold Coast. Togo, Benin, Nigeria was where they got a lot of our ancestors enslaved, so they call it the Slave Coast. On the west side, we have Ivory Coast because of the ivories from the elephant. Wherever they've been to, whatever benefits them, they name it. Yeah.
Every black person living should go to Ghana and see them slave castles so you can see what they did to us. You got to see what they did to us. You got to see how they built these dungeons underground and they put these churches on top and they dug holes in the ground to pump the music of what they call their Christianity into the holes while, man, they did, let me explain something to y'all. They walk them as far as they can first to make them lose weight. They put them in a room, then they cut a door, and after you've been in this room in 2 weeks, they walk you through this door. If you lose the right amount of weight, you fit through the door. If you don't fit through the door, you got to stay in this room right here. Then you in this room for another week, they make you lose some more weight. Then you fit through another door. If you can't fit through the door, you ain't lost enough weight. You got to go through 4 doors like that before you go through the door of no return.
Now it all makes sense why all Black Americans are coming to Ghana. Of course, every Black person needs to be in Ghana. You need to know your history. You need to know what the British have done to your forefathers. It's such an eyesore. It's so emotional to even hear the stories, not to talk of imagining what the people involved went through. Thank you so much if you watch up to this moment. Let me know in the comment section if you will want more of this. I'm sorry for the lengthy video. I'm going to see you on my next one. Until then, you already know I love you. We are one. We are one Africa. Do not allow anybody tell you otherwise. I love you.
I feel it right.